Hello, today we are in Campo Santa Marina, which is in the Castello district of Venice, and behind me is the Palazzo Bragadin. It was owned by a Senator Bragadin, who was very, very important in Casanova's life. I've told the story before of how Casanova met Senator Bragadin at Campo San Polo, so you can see that one in another video. But at the end of that story, after the two met, they were in Bragadin's gondola, and they were brought here to Bragadin's Palazzo, which is this big building right behind me. And at that time, Bragadin was quite ill, and so Casanova stayed here for 3 days to oversee the doctors, and in fact stop the doctors from the terrible things they were doing, like putting mercury poultices on Bragadin's chest and bleeding him every few hours, so the guy would have died. So Casanova stopped all of that, stayed for 3 days until the senator was feeling better. And when Senator Bragadin became sort of conscious again and started to feel okay, he talked to this young man and said, "Wait, you've been here this whole time while I've been sick?" And Casanova said, "Yes, of course, because I was worried. I wanted to make sure you were well taken care of." And the senator said, "You know, you have been so wonderful and so kind. I would actually like to sort of adopt you as my son. I've never married, I have no children, and so you would be sort of like my son." Now, they never went through a legal process or anything like that, but Bragadin told Casanova, "I will give you an apartment here in my palazzo, and I will give you a stipend every month of 10 zecchini," which at that time was quite a bit of money. Not necessarily enough for Casanova, because he could blow 10 zecchini in a couple of hours at the gambling table, but you know, it was a good start. Casanova had his own gondola and gondolier at any time he wanted to travel around the city. And Bragadin kept this up for the rest of his life. At the time that Casanova was imprisoned, it was Senator Bragadin who sent furniture and food and made sure that as a prisoner Casanova was taken care of. Because then if you were in prison, you didn't automatically get fed. You needed someone who would bring food or provide the money for the food. Bragadin took care of all of that. One other nice connection they had, Bragadin really believed in the occult and in the Kabbalah. And Casanova, he took advantage of that. Casanova studied the Kabbalah and things like number pyramids. So Bragadin would come to him and say, "Oh, I have this problem. Should I marry this woman who's the mother of my child and make him legitimate and her legitimate, or should I not?" And he didn't know. And so Casanova would put the numbers together and come up with a solution. Over and over, Bragadin was happy with these solutions. And so they had this wonderful friendship. In fact, it was really Bragadin and two other senators as well, that the three of them plus this young Casanova had this wonderful relationship for the rest of the lives of these men as they aged. All of that happened here. And when we talk about the houses of Casanova, this is one of the most legitimate, because Casanova had his own rooms and apartments here and returned here year after year for quite a few years of his life.